Jerome Robbins was the preeminent choreographer, American choreographer of the 20th century. In Jerry's ballets, it was really very important for the dancer to know who they were as an individual, where they were coming from, and what the relationship was with every other dancer on the stage. It was not, while it was very formal, they had to have this they had to act essentially, and it wasn't just steps. And I think for a lot of dancers, that's what they love about his ballets. What makes him unique was his ability to work in a very formalized language of ballet, but also then take his talents into the stage and take in street dancing, cultural dancing, and make that just as alive as his ballet work. Jerry created the trust so that the rights would all exist there, and then he had named beneficiaries, who could then, the foundation being one, and then a handful of individuals being the others.
Take it easy. Good.
It was the quality of the ballets, which is what he was wanting to protect. He didn't want to see the quality of them get, sort of diminished over time, because a lot of his ballets rely very much on ambiance, and it's not just steps with him. It's very much about what the dancer is doing internally, almost, or amongst each other. So that's hence the trust. The advisory committee was to make sure that could just stay in place. And his ballets wouldn't become something else. The foundation came first. Jerry established that in the 50s, but it was always very small. And when the AIDS epidemic came out, he pretty much shifted all of its grant giving to the epidemic. And then when he died, the foundation was a huge beneficiary of his estate. And he asked specifically that we start giving again to theater and dance, supporting theater and dance, knowing that it would be a bigger organization.
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
I would say at any given time through the year, there's probably, I'd say, 10 to 15 ballet companies performing something of his. The big things, though, are the amateur and stock licensing of Fiddler on the Roof and West Side Story. Those are just big, big, big. I think it has been proved that every day in the world, one of them is being performed somewhere. So those are our big revenue generators. The foundation right now is a beneficiary to the tune of 67.5% of the royalties that we bring in each year. And it's very nice because it's, as I said, it's relatively speaking a small foundation. So if we were giving away based on our principle, we'd be giving away a lot less. But we have this revenue stream that allows us to give away approximately a little more than 2 times what we are required by law to give away. So it is essentially, yes, we're sort of taking money from ballet companies and then giving it to everybody else. Our primary mission is Jerry and dance and the ballet. New York City Ballet is primary to us. The Public Library for the Performing Arts is primary to us. They're 2 big institutions that we feel are very important to Jerry's legacy and to the legacy of the art form. We apply that then, sort of going down the line in our list of priorities is Martha Graham can't vanish from the face of the earth. So, that's a company we want to support. And then we come up with people who are working actively now and we think, oh, this is good work. We want to support this.